The Senate has confirmed the former governor of Kano State, Ibrahim Shekarau, for appointment as a minister. Malam Shekarau was confirmed over a screening exercise at plenary. Other nominees confirmed as ministers are Dr. Abdu Bulama, Dr. Stephen Oru, as well as Mister Adedayo Adeyeye. The nominees, who answered questions from the senators and the state of the nation, agreed that an urgent review of the country's education curriculum remained the best way to tackle unemployment, poverty, and insurgency. Senate President David Mark congratulated the new appointees and urged them to see themselves as ministers of the Federal Republic of Nigeria who are not in office to satisfy their party and sectional interests.
The ministerial nominees, accompanied by friends and associates, make their way into the Senate chambers. They are here to pass through a final hurdle before they are sworn in as ministers, a screening exercise by federal lawmakers. One of the most keenly watched ministerial nominees for this set is the former governor of Kano State, Mr. Ibrahim Shekarau. His decampment from the All Progressives Congress, APC, to the ruling People's Democratic Party recently caused vibrations in the political arena. A question which a federal lawmaker threw to Mr. Shekarau demonstrated this.
In the last 15 years, high-profile politicians, including you, sir, have moved from one party to the other. Some have moved from 2 to 3 parties, trying to protect their interests and not building ideologies. Will you advise, sir, that stringent rules and regulations be made to guide the movement of politicians from one party to the other so that we can build very strong political parties in Nigeria?
The issue of changing from one place to the other, I'm sure I'm not a student of history, but if you read the history of the Americans too, they did so badly, worse than what we are doing now, when you take them to where we are today, where they were then. They did more, they did worse. So I am very optimistic that over time, if we are allowed to continue, civilian handing over to civilian, no matter the crises and so on, we're gradually getting it right.
Another nominee during the screening made a case for the practice of true federalism in Nigeria.
I believe that we should give a little bit of latitude to states because of cultural differences to do things in their own way. If we call ourselves a federal system, if we call ourselves a federal country, we must give a little bit of room for states to, to do things in their own peculiar ways. I don't see a reason why the governor of Lagos State and the governor of my state should have the same salary. They don't have the same income.
Minister of the government.
At the end of the screening exercise, all 4 nominees were confirmed as ministers. Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.